Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. The committee here at TEDx wants me to do this whole presentation in Spanish, so here I go. Yo soy Esquivel. Gracias por tu tiempo hoy. I'm just kidding. Just stopping right there. But welcome to How Our Immigrants Feel. All immigrants. I am the son of a Hispanic immigrant from Colombia, South America, and a New Jersey mother via way of Germany. Very New Jersey. I grew up cross-culturally here on Hilton Head and in Colombia, South America, traveling all over, visiting countries. And via that experience, I fell in love with everything Latino and everything travel and culture and diversity. And I made my career all about Hispanic culture. Little did I know when I left Hilton Head and I planned to leave permanently and become an expatriate that I would come back here. But I always say the man upstairs had a bigger plan for me, and instead of me going to Latinos, he brought Latinos to the Lowcountry where I practiced my redneck and my Spanish. And I like to bring people together via that. Immigration is why America is great. We are all immigrants. But somewhere along the road, we have gone astray with immigration, and it's become a polarizing topic, especially in today's world with liberal news and conservative news. And being somebody from the media, news isn't supposed to be left or right. It's supposed to give you the information and let you decide. But when it comes to immigration, it's supposed to be who we are today and why we are today. The United States is great, is the first world country that we are because of people that have come before us. Before I was a spick, there were WAPs and there were mix. And we continue to make the same errors with our immigration community that we did of yesteryear. And I wish we as humans remembered those errors so we quit making them. Because immigration is an economic positive when we look at it, harness it right. The problem is our immigration system today is not working for us, and we must demand more of our government and our representatives to get it fixed so that we take the tension out of immigration. I'm here specifically to talk about Hispanic immigrants and the economic prowess they bring not only to the country, but to our community. Hispanics are now currently 50% of our population, and this isn't meant to scare anybody. This is just the reality. The Irish are our most successful immigrant population in this country. That's why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day every year. So, with that said, 50% of our population and growing, soon to be the majority. 10 years ago, there were more Hispanic babies born in California in one day than any other race or creed. We see it happening around us all the time. I have people call me and they say, hey, I'm thinking about reaching out to Hispanics. Do you think it's really worth it? Or I go to a business and I knock on their door. I say, have you ever thought about reaching out to the Latino community? And they say, Mexicans? Why would I do that? And I say, but Hispanics or Latinos, Mexicans are definitely the big part of our community, but either way, there is no race, color, creed, and religion in business. Money is all green. Would you like to grow your business by 50%? Really? If you want a litmus test, I tell people, go to Walmart on the weekend and see who's buying goods. Hispanics, if you've ever noticed, take all their kids with them to the grocery store. My wife from Kentucky won't dare take my 3 kids with her. Hispanics view shopping as a family outing. They go, they buy. So that 50% of our population today is spending $1.7 trillion in our economy. Also, they're very young people and very romantic. We like to have lots of kids. The average age of the Hispanic population currently is 28 years old. The average age of our American population is 38 years old. We have 2 crossing accesses in our country and our economy right now when it comes to people factors. We have a baby booming population that is retiring. and we're not filling that need with the birthing. I don't know if everybody is aware of this or not. So what are we going to do as a country to fill those needs in the reality of making our immigration system work for us? Because the reality is it's not. And we need people from other places to come here, especially our neighbors in the Western Hemisphere. But we need a system that works for us, that helps our economy, that allows people to do things properly, to come here. I'm asked all the time, why aren't Hispanics going and getting their citizenship if they can? And I say, well, you don't know our immigration system, because it doesn't work like that. And we need a system that works for us, that is driving our economy. Hispanics, I tell people all the time, if you don't know them, are great neighbors to have. They're faith-based people. They're conservative. They're family-oriented. They're fun-loving, which is one of the things that I love most. And they're all about unity in the community. And so why not invite this new generation of Hispanics and work with them to give them a process to be part of our community? Currently in this country, we have 11 million stated undocumented or illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call them. It creates a shadow world of corruption, people to prey on, and a suppressed economy where our government plays the game of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, but we know they're here. I hear the saying all the time that immigrants don't pay taxes. But I have a study on my desk from the chief actuary of the IRS that shows billions of dollars of money going into our system unrequited every year by immigrants who have tax ID numbers or false Social Security numbers because they can't get into our system properly. They want to, but they can't, so the money goes in but never comes out. I hear the rumor that immigrants send all their money back to their home country, where the reality is they only send about 10% of their remittances back to their country. But isn't that a great thing that they're taking care of their families? Just like us of past years. I remember my German great-grandfather with the accent. If you reached across the table, he would hit your hand with the knife. Fritz Voges. So these are things that I think we have forgotten. And what I love doing is I love taking disbelievers or Latino haters and turning them into lovers by showing them the money. Because when you show the money, everything else comes with it. Friendship, compassion, understanding. And a lot of the good old boys that I work with quickly realize that the Mexicans that they are working with are just as redneck as them, just a little more tan. We are all the same. We are a great country because of immigrants. We need these people here. We have to call on our government to fix our system, to be better, to deliver to us, to stop the anger that comes with this topic, the fear that comes with this topic. Because without immigrants, especially here in the Lowcountry, they are the motor of our economy. If you like your nice golf course, if you like your nice food service, ask any business what they would do without our immigrant population, both legal and illegal. And what we're doing also is forcing good businesses to have to do wrong practices. But the reality is the economics that come with this immigrant population and the values that they bring with them. In the 2010 census, Bluffton's Hispanic population grew 2,999%. That's not a typo. That's also with the annexation of the land. South Carolina is now the fastest emerging state for Hispanic growth in the country. We just heard about Hardeeville. Hardeeville is a huge success story for our community. The reason why is we see a 213% growth of Hispanic population, growing faster now than Beaufort County, and it's all based on the law of economics. What do immigrants want to do when they come to this country? They want to buy a home, and Hispanics are buying homes en masse. And where they're doing it now, they went from Bluffton now to Jasper County. My father practiced medicine in Jasper County for 35 years. I grew up eating at the Palms restaurant with all the good old boys. and there were no Hispanics there. And Jasper County's economy was very depressed. And what has happened with Hispanics moving into there? They have filled storefronts, they have started businesses, they have filled vacant homes, and they have become an integral part of that population. And what I have seen is when communities embrace immigrants and demand that they are a part of our system, and we bring them out of the shadows, and we create systems and pathways for them to come legally that are innovative for the 21st century, we're more successful. When NAFTA went into place, everybody knows about the North American Free Trade Agreement by Bill Clinton. A great, great idea, similar to the European Union. However, there was no temporary worker program that came with NAFTA. So, in the 21st century of world trade, we're going to trade goods freely, but we're not going to allow people to trade. It set us up for unintended consequences of illegal labor. Corn, U.S. is the #1 corn producer in the world. Mexico was #3. My Kentucky wife's family has farmers in her family, and I'm always amazed by the subsidies and insurance guarantees that they have for farming. Mexico does not have that type of system. So the U.S. now was able to sell corn to Mexico cheaper than they could buy it from the farmer putting it in the ground. So what happened? If you look at the illegal spike from Mexico to this country from '92 up until about 2000, when illegal immigration became a net zero, NAFTA was a big reason behind that because of the trade of goods. So why doesn't our country have a European Union system that allows people to flow with the need of goods and flow with the need of supply and demand? Even if it was a temporary worker program that taxed people higher, that allowed them to come and go. What we need to do is take the anger and frustration and fear out of the immigration system, because we are all the same. We are neighbors, we're friends, we have a passion to improve, and that's what this country has always been about. Our STEM system, we hear about STEM now, everything STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. We're educating the rest of the world. China pays their kids to come study in our programs, just like my father came on a Rockefeller scholarship to study at 4 med schools. However, when these PhDs and engineers finish, we force them to go back to their country, to reapply, to come back here, instead of with their diploma giving them a pathway to citizenship. It makes no sense. We're working against ourselves. We have a huge opportunity within our hemisphere to improve not only our economy and our lives and the quality of our neighbors' lives, but we need our government to do more when it comes to our immigration system. We can prosper, we can benefit, and we can help our neighbors and all be stronger instead of being afraid. Because my philosophy in life is every strange face is a friend waiting to be met. And there is economic opportunity everywhere you look if we just take the time to understand why. Thank you very much.